Well, Felicia, thank you so much for helping my project. Could you say just a few words about yourself?
Sure, sure. Felicia Waldon here. Had the pleasure of meeting you through your lovely wife because we used to work together years ago. But like you said, it feels like we were just together last weekend, right? Because time just flies.
I know it does. I mean, it just one day after another, and before you look up, decades have passed.
That's right. That's right. But you look the same.
You do too.
How beautiful is that?
It's wonderful. We need to keep it up.
There you go.
Well, I wanted to know if you had heard about NASA planning to go back to the moon.
I've heard some rumblings through the news, but that's just it.
Well, have you had any thoughts about it? Like, do you think it's a good thing, bad thing? I mean, like, how do you? I've heard many different people have various perspectives on it. I was just kind of curious where on that spectrum you might lie.
I think it's a great idea for people to explore the moon, especially if you're brave enough to do so. I don't know if I'm quite brave enough to do so, but absolutely, I think anytime someone's curious enough to explore and see what that's about, go for it. Because if nothing else, it's an educational opportunity, not only for them, but for anyone else that they reach out to once they come back and share their experience, right?
That's true. That's true. I heard somebody say everything's valuable if for nothing more than as a bad example. That's gonna.
Hey, that part too.
Well, whenever you think about the future of humanity, if you think out like 200 years, what does it look like to you?
Like 200 years from now?
Uh-huh.
Oh, goodness. I feel like everything is just going to be pretty much kind of like the Jetsons, I guess, because I mean I feel like we're getting there, but we're not fully there, if that makes any sense. So maybe like the Jetsons, where everything's just you could probably snap your fingers and have a meal type of thing, right?
It's almost like that now with DoorDash, isn't it?
Pretty much. Pretty much. I feel like we're getting there in stages because if you think about telephones, right? We went from the dial your way to get to connect with someone with long phone cords, sorry, and what do you call it? Phone booths, right? And then you go to beepers. I mean, all different types of communication, right? And now we're with cell phones, and I mean, before you know it, it's like our phones are going to be talking to us and everything, right?
They already are.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey Siri. She's like, hello, I'm here.
Yes, yes. But I feel like it's going to be even more personal than that, right? It's almost as if we'll all have our own unique personal Siri, right?
That's true. That knows us so well.
There you go.
Knows all the buttons to press.
There you go. There you go.
But do you think we're only on the Earth in 200 years, or do you think we have people living on other planets by then?
I kind of feel like only on the Earth. I kind of feel like only on the Earth because I don't know much about the other. To be honest, but I think we're going to be limited in terms of, how long a human can stay on one of the other planets.
Hmm. Oh, I mean, there's some thoughts about creating these huge artificial structures that people could live in space.
Okay.
Maybe. Well, if you could, would you take a trip to space?
If I could, No, I probably wouldn't because I'm a scary cat.
But you fly on airplanes.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
So maybe if you saw a few million people go to space and come back, you'd be like, maybe.
Very good point. Very good point. Because, I mean, if you think about it, I guess so. Because if you think about it, yeah, I fly on airplanes and I drive every day. And supposedly driving is even more dangerous than taking an airplane.
I know, yeah. We have pilot screenings, but we don't have driver screenings. So anybody can.
There you go. So I guess never say never, right?
Absolutely. Well, Felicia, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for participating in my project.
Absolutely. Glad to help, Nathan.
Thank you.